delight directed learning, which is very similar to discovery learning, but just wherever your child, has a passion, to let them go and study. And there's different parental, I guess, thought patterns on how to do that. But I just really want to stress to our parents who do that to really think about what we talked about, scaffolding, and the need to be involved in that process. Not to just let your child be delighted and send them off to wherever they are, or hire somebody to work with your student. Like my daughter goes to art classes. She has a French tutor. She's taking a class from a Disney animator right now, because those are the fields that she's interested in. That's where her delights are directed. And I need other people speaking into her life just as much as I do. And so that's important.
If I could jump in just on one thought on that, one of the best ways to learn is to become a little bit comfortable with failure. And I don't think this society that we equate delight with failure. You learn from your mistakes is all of us are taught, right? And I think that loving what you do, delight is delightful. It's great, right? It makes me feel really positive. But at the end of the day, feeling positive all day doesn't necessarily give me the same feeling of accomplishment that having to trudge a little bit up the hill. I know it's
hard for it.
You worked hard for it, and you learned a new thing. And it probably wasn't delightful when you screwed up 4 times, but you learned way more along the way than just being purely delighted in whatever you did along the way. So that's my one sort of insight on delight-based learning, is that as an educator, you grow on your growing edges, and you expand on your growing edges, right? And those are not always purely delightful places to be.
Exactly. But yes, that sense of accomplishment is so really important.
And I think the idea of, we use this term in our team called rigorous intention, right? We know when someone is doing their job with rigorous intention. When the kid who's bagging your groceries at the grocery store is applying rigorous intention. They may not get it right all the time, but they're trying really hard, and they may be doing an easy job, but they're trying really hard, right? When your server does it, when your student is doing it. So the idea of maybe teaching not through delight, but with what is sparking their rigorous intention is probably going to push your student farther down the road than what's just purely delightful. Because your daughter, she's delighted by art, but it takes rigorous intention. You got to learn the basics to be really good at art.
Exactly.
Mathematics and everything else. But the rigorous intention to me is super, super important.
Yeah, and I think you get them to a point where they have some sort of I guess platform to stand on. They've got enough to make that first climb, that first step, and then you push them just a little bit. You don't have to be militaristic about it.
Right, exactly.
It's like I signed her up for this class with this Disney animator, and I said, he's going to grade you.
Right.
So yes, we're moving up a step. And in her art club on Friday, she's teaching. I said, I volunteered you.
There you go. Well,
so, but that's it, it's that pushing and that accomplishing, and it does get them.
Yeah, and I think you're preparing your student better for the world of college. Again, it's scary to think 2 steps down the line, and hard when you are in the trenches. I know it is. But your college professor is definitely not going to think that their exam is delightful. And trust me, and your boss is not going to have you doing delightful things all the time. Again, it's this idea that I think for preparing students to be, meaningful parts of the workforce, or, get to the next level of college or technical school, there's a level of rigor and grit that comes with that, the more that we teach our kids to just embrace that difficulty, the more that we really prepare them for the future to say, I don't get this. And that's a good thing. I'm going to learn more.